Secretariat, our esteemed auditors from the Freetown City Council and Ward C, members of the press and members of civil society here present. I want to particularly welcome you to the continued proceedings of the Public Accounts Committee in respect of queries that have been raised in the Auditor General's report for the financial year 2023. Today being the 3rd of September in the year of our Lord 2025, we presume we've all prayed this morning, and in the circumstances, I want to invite honorable listeners to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Honorable Mohammed Shaw, Urban Districts.
Please show my hand members of this instrument. Right. Thank you very much.
So Mustafa, please do share the mic with auditees to introduce themselves, names, designation, and council you represent. Thank you.
Members of Parliament and the administrative staff of Parliament, I am Pastor Scali, the Chief Administrator for Western Area of the State Council.
Very good afternoon. Mohammed Madinaba, Finance Officer, Western Area of the State Council.
I am Bishop Asmas Asamoah, Finance Officer, Local State Council. I am here to represent the Western Area of the State Council. Good afternoon. All protocols duly observed. I am Tenema Rogers, Monitoring and Supervision Officer, Western Area District Council.
Good afternoon, honorable members and board.
Good afternoon, all. I'm Fatima Talaman Abangua, District Agriculture Officer, Western Area.
Good afternoon, all. I'm Joseph Solomon Rogers, District Evaluation Officer, Western State Council.
I am Maggie Sierra, Accountant, Freetown City. Good afternoon, honorable members. I'm the Auditor, Environmental and Social.
Good afternoon, Commander Samusa, Leone Planning Officer, Freetown City Council. Good afternoon, honorable members. I'm Dennis Abiodun Koi, Deputy Internal Auditor of Freetown City Council.
Good afternoon, all. I am Chairman Otavo, Special Government Hospital.
Good afternoon, Dr. Muhammad Tamara, Medical Superintendent, Family Development Hospital.
Yes, I'm Sayida, the Chief Administrator of Freetown City Council.
Good afternoon, Imba Fasel, the State Medical Officer, Western Area.
Good afternoon. I'm Aishatu Nkago, Finance Officer, Lonely Hospital.
Good afternoon, honorable members. I'm Winifred Back, Senior Matron on the Government Hospital.
Good afternoon, Dr. Fude Sisi, former DMO Western Area.
Honorable Acting Chair, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon. I'm Honorable Obama Chief Justice of Malaysia, Dubai, Deputy Chairman of BC, also Business as Chairman. The work of BC is to review the audit report and to implement recommendations made by Auditor General. This morning or this afternoon, there are few queries to be responded to by
all staff of council who take the seats at the high table. Invite the head of secretariat to administer the oath pursuant to provisions in the constitution and the standing orders. Mr. Sisi.
Yes, as required by Section 93 Section 6 of the 1991 Constitution, that's number 6 of the 1991, witnesses appearing before the committee must be placed on oath before any testimony. On that note, I want us to please rise. Both councils, we know you will be here to answer to queries raised by the Auditor General. Please rise. You say I, announce your full names and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you. Easy mercies. So as indicated by the committee membership, will be seeing council one after the other. We'll start with Freetown City Council. Thereafter, we continue. We will proceed with Bosi. You will sit at the back. Bosi. Let's start. Auditor General's report, page 222. Under 5.3, reports on other legal and regulatory requirements. 5.3.1, expenditure, management and control. Unsupported payments. We observe that 00.
page 222.
For payments without supporting the amount totaling 76,197.00.
3,000 payment vouchers during the year, and the handling of these payment vouchers over the years has been a challenge, especially with the frequent monetary teams that visited the councils. So, in the process, some of the vouchers got missing or misfiled. So there is always the possibility for such. However, the remaining document query are available for audit inspection. So, honorable members, we brought the respective files that we are querying, and we are glad to submit it before this honorable committee for inspection. Thank you. And the huge quantum of payment vouchers that we are dealing with. So during the audit exercise, the possibilities of misplacement of files is high, given the volume of transactions that we do. Then, however, and then after the audit exercise, we reviewed the respective payment vouchers that are available. It was a very accurate task, but we managed to retrieve them. And we can see the payments of we want to appeal that we submit it either through the committee or the committee grant for the attention of the audit service. Really.
Yes, Mr.
See, having had your defense or your defenses, how can this be resolved of future audit?
Ensure that we have a robust now filing system where you can remember at the time of the audit there were transfers of staff. I was in Ward C at that time, and Mr. Kale was in Freetown City Council at that time. So we have this issue of staff that were supposed to have been audited in Freetown City Council now being transferred to Ward C. So it was quite a difficult challenge for us to be able to call back and forth the staff to come so that we can be able to identify this thing. I want to assure you, going forward, 2024 audit, which has completed, we will not see a recurrence of this in the audit.
Documentation during the course of the audit. And the laws are very clear. Those who read the regulations which are just promulgated, I think it's 2024 for the audit service. It is clear as to paramount if you use to submit documents to audit or because of the audit. Audit service work is not just a day's work, it's a process which has started way back in 2023, or in 2024, to FCC and also XC. Documents are not transferred. I'm not sure the document was moved from FTC to OXI or to another country. For personal yes, I think I just want to draw attention to what the Audit Service Act says. If you have to compute what you should be charged, they tell you so when you are admitting now that you did during the course of the audit, you failed to submit auditable documents. The law is, in this case, if you have to go to the schedule given to the auditors, by the time we begin to charge 5,000, and we're going to charge that on the vote controller or the accountable officer who was supposed to do the retirement. So like Chair said, I think submit the document, then it is now left. But I want to take a bit more issue because even if the documents are submitted.
So I remember advice will still be on this one, but may I say you can produce the document to the secretariat for the attention of the committee. And then when auditors are around, we verify them. Once verified, we get on to you, but we cannot declare a result when auditors are not around to verify what we are going to present. So where is the document? We get on to you, but for now we cannot resolve it when the auditors are not around to verify. Those are technical issues that we don't want to take risk. Yeah. So the next issue.
Yeah, the next issue, 5.3.2, statutory deductions not paid to the relevant authorities. Withholding taxes not paid. Withholding taxes totaling NLE 1,283,865.09 from suppliers gives details of non-compliance by statutory deductions. Freetown City Council. Withholding taxes not paid. NLE 330,075.39. Pay NLE 624,555.66. Totaling
respond.
Honorable members of this committee, I want to hereby submit that payment for withholding taxes have been made and have been
When was it paid?
It was paid on the 5th of August 2025.
When was it collected?
The breakdowns are here that align to the vouchers that we are querying.
How do we end up to this one? satisfy the threshold, we consider submit this document. Copy the original ID.
No, you give us copies. Whatever document you give us, we will keep in our file. Base result.
No, it's verified now. The pay slip is here.
Is it taking care of all the taxes that we have to pay?
So, honorable members of this committee, I want to submit here honestly that we were unable to pay the PE. And as you are aware, the local councils we still negotiating with central government. I mean, they have been increasing to be able to commit itself to be able to pay this amount.
They have plans to pay.
Yes, they have plans to pay.
How soon?
Well, we already have just.
For short material issue, I think we can properly handle it if you can just submit evidence of existence of this landis. So upon submission, we can then consider how we can just quickly resolve this issue. But it's serious. You cannot say you own a property, especially in the Western area, or anywhere in the country even. The only evidence or proof of ownership is a title deed. You must have a document to the effect. Whether you are government, whether you are this, you must have a document to the effect that substantiates that indeed this property is owned by it. It even creates protection, for the occupants. So it's always important. So apart from the title, the land use agreement that you have, whatever ownership title, that one also should exist. For even the ownership of a property, apart from the land use agreement or the whatever agreement you strike between whoever that is occupying the property and the way itself.
So we still keep it?
Well, it would be that we'll be going for on the spot visit. Maybe by the time we go there, they should be able to provide evidence of the land use agreement as well.
May I suggest
whether they are elapsed or not, for as long as they are there, we want to see evidence of those land uses.
May I suggest to you, leader, respectfully?
I suggest we have a catch for that particular area.
That's why we have not resolved it.
Yes.
We are still going to stick a pen on it. Whereas upon the verification we're doing now.
It is for the class. So they will have it recorded that we resolved so and so and so, pending on the submission of those documents. So the site visit, again, I want to comment that the site visit does not, we are visiting for physical verification.
Facet.
Yes. So for the documents, we want to see documentary evidence of ownership. So while going there, we'll have the documents. This is property, so and so and so belonging to council. We see physically, and it will be counted for council. And for me, it is just a theory for now.
Page 230, right?
Why not? Can we start from 229, 5.6?
No, you are not with Cambia, not because it comes.
Yes, 229 to 230. You can just read the general comment, they go to the specific.
General comment, they go to specific. 229, 5.6.2.
Yeah.
229.
5.6.2. Payment to various suppliers
or contractors without evidence of work done. During the audit, the team verified a sample of transactions for goods, works, contracts, and services to confirm whether they were done in line with the signed contract agreements. Our reviews revealed that ICS Table below provides a detailed information of these activities with the corresponding financial impact.
To go the other page.
Then we go to page 230, Freetown City Council. Rehabilitation of the Moretown Peripheral Health Unit. Painting work, installation, and maintenance to the electrical system and construction of the water tower and tank 25000.00. Concrete work on the incinerator 38000.00. Construction of perimeter fence and office space for cemetery attendant at Sakila Road Cemetery 411.770.00.
Not done at all.
And in the first place, where is the engineer? The council engineer. Is
Very,
he
very good. Very good.
here? Council engineer, is he here?
It is there. This is so area.
Sasi. Those who know works related payments are normally sanctioned by the council engineers. So why is it that the council paid an amount that's related to works for work that was never done? That's of what the auditors paid for all the other councils are directly related to council. So that's why I want to know who the engineer is. Yeah, because
That is absolutely
this is quite huge. It's quite huge. So you said you got, and all of those ones, they amounted to an amount of 536,000. Very, very huge.
Yes, sir. It's a kind condition, Mr. Chairman. So, in the absence of the engineer, is the FOE who made the payment? Is he here? You made the payment. Are you aware of the making this payment? You are aware? Very good. So, Mr. Chairman, there is somebody who can answer some of the questions.
That was awarded, I think, to 2022. This was the 2022 contract that rolled over to 2023. So we paid 50% as the as an advance payment. That's the first payment that we did. After which the engineer did a measured work and we paid the remaining amount. So when the auditors came, they went to the field and they were auditing 2023 now because the payable officer, I believe, it should be a better place to explain to the overall. From what I know, payments were made based on the engineer IPC and the payment certificates. And the project started in 2022 and rolled over to 2023. So the final payment was made in 2023. So that's why the auditors decided for us.
I know the engineer is responsible for site visit and giving you feedback from what he got from the site. So how normally it happens between yourself and the engineer?
Honorable member, the procedure is for any project, the engineer is the program manager. Is responsible to oversee the project. And when the engineer makes a request or an IPC, chief administrator, and then the mayor, it was sent it to with the attached IPC certificate.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, because if those certificates have been issued and there is no evidence of work done, I think the engineer, the CA, those who authorize the payment.
For finance officers, the means of the verifiable document they want to see for any work done is the IPC. Where that one is presented by the auditors, by the engineers, it is clear. It's like a document that should authorize the CA to suggest to the FO to initiate payment. So the fact that those were submitted
will be is he still with the council? The same engineer that
They are saying that he should still be in the council. And even if he doesn't, we have the power to summon him.
I agree.
So, Chair, because there are two issues here. One is on the Freetown Hospital, and there is another for the construction of the perimeter fence. So, I think the Chair should be able to communicate to the clerk to summon this engineer, so we can schedule for a date for FCC again. So, Donald Trump.
I just want to ask.
Yes, but remember, you see, to me, this is also a very serious issue. If you have to go to the PFM Act.
See, that engineer, the elder brother is referring to, was not the engineer. So let us have the right engineer.
The only capture issues that they thought we are supposed to be implemented in 2023, the painting, and those are like almost the finishing components of the project. And those are the issues they captured. So to me, I think if there is an engineer who is in post in 2023, for whom these payments were made, should be able to provide us with evidence of the IPCs. Who is in post to get hold of the engineer? As I say, I think having another meeting where the engineer will be present, I'm sure it will do so much good for you, sir.
So to regard this particular project, yes, we have to stand in that we have to come again. Because we cannot resolve it without hearing from the engineer.
And it's serious.
This is very serious issue.
I know that there is a perimeter fence at Sakina Road there. It has some huge effect on your general impression.
I just want to ask a question to the accountant. You said the IPC certificate was issued, isn't it? So why did you produce this to our auditor when they visited you guys?
The auditor did physical verification.
They will go to the ground.
You can hear us through secretary. You have to come back. This is a very serious issue. You cannot just play around with it until the appropriate authority are allowed to give us the information we need. So on that note, we can go.
Thank you.
Stand them down. Then they come back. Then they come back.
Please say that.
No, see, when I staff is down the urgent to issue the left an hour. The staff they don't have that. Getting it to the one apostle. We know them very well. Majority of them, then they don't can have most some of them. And they tell us no, because we go to 50%, you only win. Now obviously they enter. So I send for our money to make it go. You don't move. And inform this. If they tell me saying I support you, not get. You clearly tell me say if you get support, you don't apply and do one.
Director will cease.
Auditor General. Several assets recorded in the assets register. In the assets register, such as furniture, air conditioners, and computers valued at NLE 113700 were without unique identification codes. In 2023, the council procured assets such as motorbikes, laptops, and televisions valued at 700 NLE, one office furniture, 32.890, one tricycle, 120.000, totaling 164.590.
COC. What is the update?
Of revenue enforcement strategy, and they were deployed at both Godwich as well as Leicester sub offices. During the time of the police, for some reasons, the auditors were not able to visit and verify these two printers, but they are now available. They were for inspection. And of course, office manager is currently at the main entrance of the council. That's where the receptionist is sitting. So it was an unfortunate rural beach by the chairman. You know, we have several sanitation challenge for the number 2 beach. So this particular trash was donated, to the number 2 beach by the chairman, and there's an instruction given, signed off. So I actually can't tell why this explanation was not proper, during the time of this audit. Because
they were not.
Mr. Chairman, the key words they were neither registered in the asset register nor presented for physical examination. So they are not questioning their availability, which you have explained. It is not about their availability. You've not followed procedure to register them in the asset register. Nor were they present.
Asset register? Updated?
Yes, we have.
You have a copy here. And
This textbook we donated to number 2.
No, but you must have registered it in your asset register. And
There are 2 issues.
Yeah.
Whether it's a donation,
yes,
or it's not a donation. For as long as it is something you procured, it must be included in your asset register. That's why every asset register has a can easily go to number 2 and then identify the assets. So, Chair, I think we must ask them to produce an updated asset register in the council to see whether these assets were included. That is 1. And number 2, we quickly also put a date for physical verification. Yeah. Wherever the assets are, they should be able to assemble them at the head office in Waterloo so that we go and verify them. After the verification, they can in turn give them back to whoever that was using the assets.
That's solves the problem.
All right, so please try to get in place updated and asset register.
We should have that now. We have it.
So
you have a copy?
Yes, we'll send the copy.
Send it.
Before close of business today.
All right. Secretary.
That would be too much.
You
see.
For me, I'm going to meet the lawyers, with our lawyer. So by Friday, I will submit more.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we'll communicate the date for the physical verification. They will stand and
Hey, brother, they can't
threaten
the man.
That's not the voice. Grant on the castle.
When the procurement process is
Revenue not accounted for. Out of the total revenue of NLE 43027 from business licenses, records of banking amounting to NLE 20287 were submitted, leaving a balance of NLE 222000.
What's the status of the balance?
Well, unfortunately, this individual has been dismissed because he was not able to properly account for this transaction. This particular staff should be deducted to recover this money. But it's no longer a staff of the Western Area Ward District Council.
But is there any way to recover
So
this
did
money?
you recover that?
No, that's what the chairman proposed. So it's I think it's a question of the administration to follow up on that. Probably maybe a week or 2 from now, we'll submit the exact check on this amount that has been deducted from his benefits.
Mr. Chairman, another breach. That is a breach. You misappropriation of public funds. The
payback.
You pay the money, and if you have to be dismissed, but if you dismiss the individual, you have not recovered the money. It goes with what he has.
They have a means to recover.
The employee has been with them, and they are supposed to pay him benefits whatsoever. So they are now saying that whatever they owe the employee, apart from the action, the administrative action, the amount that's being supported by this employee.
Which I quite agree with you. This is an audit of 2023. We are now in 2025. So if the chairman is proposing that, what is holding them back from acting on to date? I see. I know you inherited these issues, but you take responsibility for administration. But we want to see issues of audit being resolved before
we are looking forward to see evidence of it.
Yes, please.
All right. The other issue.
So can this be handled again before Friday?
It cannot.
Huh?
It cannot.
Have you done the competition of his benefits? Is it up to 22,000? Huh? Is it up to 22,000? So when are you going to make sure that
We'll give you 2 weeks. Right.
We'll be on the street.
Ineffective solid waste management. During a visit to the landfill site at Waterloo on 31st May 2024, we observed that the site was not designed to accommodate household, industrial, and hazardous waste. The site had not been demarcated and given a gate and a store to keep cleaning tools and personal protective equipment. Even though the district has a massive area, the council does not have waste deposits and collection transit points within the district, especially in populated areas like Godrich, Funkia, Ogu Farm, Toke, and Tombo to facilitate easy and orderly movement of various forms of waste to the landfill site at Waterloo or Bome at Kington. The individuals and staff of the council handling waste were not provided with personal protective equipment such as gloves, face masks, goggles, and boots.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I'll start with the latter. I mean, it's unfortunate that probably the auditors might have gone into the field and realized that some of the staff are not having protective gears. But the fact of the matter is, we do provide them with protective gears, and most of these boots, for some reasons, might choose to sell their rain boots, their raincoats. So these are things that are coming up back and forth, right? So we just want to see how we can institute measures to ensure that actually, because for most of them, they are waste workers, they are laborers, and they are being paid. So now we've put measures that moving forward, if any laborer sells off these are probably whether it's the gloves, the boots, it has to be prosecuted, and the legal action, I mean, some kind of administrative action has to be taken. But before that, these are some of the challenges. We provide them, we do procure them huge amounts of resources. By the time, if you give them within one month or 2 months, people say, okay, it's wear off, it's scared off. These are expensive activities to be undertaken from our own source revenue. So these are some of the challenges. With regards to the dump sites, this is the age-old problem with the Western Area Rural District, including the Freetown City. Right? Because many times when new locations are being allocated or designed, I mean, there's less involvement of the council through the Ministry of Lands, to see how provisions are made for sanitation, for cemetery, for school, for playground. So even if you go to a place like Bobo, I mean, the little cemetery has been tampered with, and there's no place for people to bury. It's some great communities. Right? So much less to talk of place for dump sites. We've made several plea with the Ministry of Lands to provide those facilities for us, but it's been challenging. So for that, the dump sites at Waterloo is one that we're having. And then we have a serious challenge because all of the garbage we do generate, imagine from Levuma, right down Tombo, moving towards Sombo, and of course, Hill Station. All of these areas are Western Area Rural District. So the only place we have for dump site for now is that particular dump site. So it's challenging. There was a program where the World Bank also provided us with landfill sites, future citizens would see. But even that one, actually, there's some bottlenecks with regards to that. So, though it's uncomfortable is I mean, but there's nothing for now we can do. So the only remedy is spend each amount of resources to push the dump sites every week, hundreds of thousands of loans, hundreds of thousands every week, just to push the dump site. But that's what is available for now. So probably as a community, if you can engage really strong plan for them planning, starting new communities. These are all the facilities that are supposed to be available, but they're not. They're not providing them. They don't work with the council. Right? So it's kind of unfortunate that you see some of these new locations. Without some of the dump sites and the areas for these activities.
I think, Mr. Man, you are endangering the lives of our people in this country. Because when you say you give them gloves, you give them protection, and when our auditor went there, he didn't say anything on them, and these people are doing something that is very dangerous, protecting us, we who are causing those filthy things that they are taking care of. They don't have gloves, and every wound might cause something unrepairable. And then secondly, you are saying the Godrish and full care. I think you have to work with this lands ministry, insist and persist, and let us know, let we the Sierra Leoneans know that there are areas that are meant for garbage, instead of allowing and encouraging and taking it easy for those who are there encroaching on these areas. Because, it is not done. Let's see somebody on the floor there in your office, hitting the table very hard and telling them no is no. You cannot come and encroach, and then they get sick and then we'll start pointing fingers at you. Let's do something this time around. Be loud enough,
I think, Honorable Chair, I can understand your frustration. But like the CEO say, this has been the challenge. I only hope that the new Country Planning Act
that is what I
can be a solution to this.
Yeah, it is.
Because one of the reasons why councils have been crying over the governance of building permits is because of these issues. Because if they can be involved in the planning of the creation of new cities or new settlements, they'll be able to advise government on the provision of some of these things. I'm aware of the project you're talking about. I think a week ago I met with the project coordinator, the project head of that project. He said that even the amount that was ring-fenced for the landfill has now been diverted to something else because of the unavailability of land. Because there is always this challenge from lands whenever it comes to councils trying to own property. I remember there is this site which we are fighting over. There was a land we are fighting over at when we have FCC around England, right?
Oh yes.
You are taking out to transit point, and then works came and then claim ownership. It's our property. Yeah, the one at Fight Street, exactly. So these are the challenges, but please, there are so many powers that have been given to you in the new Country Planning Act. So please make sure that much as you are fulfilled with the Local Government Act, that act is also going to strengthen or empower your function or your governance in terms of planning of our cities.